So here I am following up on my dash cam. And so I'm getting ready to eat a ham sloppy joe from Pascarella Brothers Deli. Now you can see that this is inverted because I'm doing a selfie cam, which means this, the sponsor of this video, was put on inverted on my shirt. Aha! All right, you got the wax paper. You gotta start from the beginning. You can't just start eating. Double wrapped. Double wrapped. Look at that. You got the tri-cut. You got the tri-cut. That's some depth. That's some depth and width to a sloppy joe. All right, so how do you eat a sloppy joe? You know, do you work from the outside in or do you start from the middle? Get the juiciest part first. I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm going to start from my right to left. So it would be from your left to right. I guess this whole inversion thing has got me. It's pretty sloppy. I like it. That's the first bite right there. That's the slop right there. Right there. Mmm. Oh yeah. You gotta have napkins. You gotta have napkins. Not just for your face, but for your hands. This thing is not disappointing. It's not disappointing at all. There's a lot of meat. There's a lot of ham. So if you're transplanting North Carolina, Florida, out west, this too, you too can have this sandwich. The bread's starting to slip. Between the meat and the Russian dressing and the ham, I got a little slippage off the back end, so I have to use my fingers to reinforce the back end so I can bite off the front so everything doesn't squeeze out. It's a technique. I'm sure you have your own, but you don't want the meat and everything to come slide out between the slices of bread. You gotta hold it all in, so you gotta reinforce it. It's almost like retaining wall. You gotta put up like retaining wall technology. I'm still gonna have some slippage. You know, it's the price you pay for having a thick sandwich. Like if this was thin, no problem. But it's the price you pay for getting a lot of meat. Yeah, maybe I start going from this. I gotta redirect it. I'll take some little bites. So I think I have to change my strategy. So I think I'm gonna have to go for this big piece here, and then I'm gonna have a little bit of bread. There's still meat and cheese in the bread, but I like my sloppy joe sloppy. So then what I do is I'm gonna take the rest, like the bready portion, and dip it in the Russian. on the wax paper. My mother taught me not to talk with my mouth full, so. I'm trying to speed this up. I think I need to just take my time and enjoy the sloppy Joe. See, now look, you dip it. Oh yeah, you get some of that Russian dressing off the wax paper. Oh yeah. So, although there's not as much meat on the edge, that's slid out, it's still good in its own way. It's a different part of the sandwich. I mean, it's perfect. Perfect. So, normally, I like to eat a sloppy Joe or a deli sandwich. My personal preference is a Mexican Coke. By Mexican Coke, the little bottles that you have to crack open and they come from Mexico. But I'm home. I don't have a Mexican Coke. I wanted, some carbonation. So I normally don't do this during the day, but I'm having a beer. All right. I'm going with the middle. That little, I like it. I like the tri-cut. I like this. This is a good technique. This is authentic. This shows an authentic sloppy Joe. You know what else is authentic? And that extra slice of rye in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody does that. You get people, these fly-by-night deli owners, they're like, oh, we make sloppy Joes. No, you gotta get that extra slice of rye in the middle. So this is tough one. Look at all that juice on the back. But I'm gonna go with that bite right down the pike. It's like right down the center. And again, you gotta get your backing so everything doesn't slip out the back. And now I'm going in like a shark on this one because you got to get over the top. You got to get over the top and significantly down. So I'm going in like a great white. It's like the first bite of a slice of pizza. You know what I'm saying? That first bite, it's like, oh. Telling you. This is good. This is good. This is a big commitment though, because this is a big sandwich. This is almost like 2 meals. I mean, a smaller person, this could be 3 meals, or 2 people could split it. Like one person, like if I were to eat this with my wife, who's a smaller person, I could have 2 sections. I'm 250 pounds. I could have 2 sections. She could have 1, and we would both be happy. We'd both be satisfied. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to be committed, and I'm going to sacrifice. I'm going all the way. I'm going all the way. I didn't eat breakfast so I could go all the way today. This thing is so big, my big mouth. I'm 6'5", 250. This thing is so big. I had to open my mouth so much. I have coleslaw on the bottom side of my nose. I love it. I love it. Ah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Next bite. Next bite. Next bite's got to go right there. I mean, I could go there in the end, but I'm going right there. Got spillage on the bottom. Look at that. Oh, I dropped it. It fell off. One of the things you can do. I'm not a big fan of it, but some people do the ice cream cone technique. Like that. I don't like the ice cream cone technique because I like to maximize the juice for the rye. You know what I mean? So if you're doing the ice cream technique, then you're going to get to rye that's dry. But I'm not attacking you if you're an ice cream technique person. That's up to you, you know. This is a free country. I believe that we live in a country where we can respectfully disagree on things. That's me. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You gotta have the napkins. It's too sloppy not to have napkins. You gotta have the napkins. Still got, I got a lot of juice coming off the back end. So I got a lot of juice on the plate, on the paper. But I'm gonna save that juice for the final third. Because I want to go out with a bang. Like, this is pretty juicy. I don't feel like it needs it. I feel like it needs it. Here's another thing. Like, my wife, she would have put it on a plate, but you have to eat a sloppy Joe off the wax paper, okay? Off the wax paper. That's how sloppy Joes are eaten, okay? It's just the way it is. Look at that. It's even falling off the backside. Oh my God. It's falling off. I got it on my fingers. This is great. This is great. Let me get another slug of beer. And I gotta go for that final third. It's a big commitment. It's like I'm getting ready for a wrestling match. All right, what are we doing here? Like I said in the video, my other video that I'm going to post a link to, I'm partial to the ham Joe, right? Ham Joe, ham Joe, ham Joe, ham, ham Joe, ham Joe, ham Joe, ham. I just am. I like my sloppy Joes sloppy, and I like them wet. I feel like roast beef and turkey is too dry. That's just me. But again, I'm not knocking you, okay? We live in a sloppy Joe diverse country where people of differing sloppy Joe tastes can coexist and live amongst each other, just like the different delis. I'm not discriminating against you for your deli of choice. Is your deli of choice CJ's, Hickory Tree, Main Street Subs, Chatham Sandwich Shop, Milburn Deli, South Orange? I mean, they're all perfectly fine. Longfellow's in Morristown, they're all fine. They're all fine. I like Pascarella's. You can order this sandwich online. What are you saying? I think I made a good call on leaving the slop down there. All right, what's my next bite? Let me get a little sloppy. Oh, it's still intact. Yeah. I feel like I'm nodding yes a lot in this video. And that's a good sign of a sloppy Joe. In case you were worried, don't be worried. I'm going to finish. I am going to finish. Don't you worry. Got a lot of mo. Got a lot of mo. I could even go for a bag of chips, but I don't need chips. So, I was planning on wearing a hat for this video. But as you see with my Sports Installers shirt that's inverted, and you saw with the Ham Joe, I was going to wear my Dodgers hat. But because I'm doing a selfie video, it would have been inverted. I tried to make it authentic with the Dodgers hat by saying, like, look, this is official. I'm wearing a Dodgers hat. This is official. I got some authority. I'm a Dodger. I have authority on sloppy Joes. I'm a Dodger. We know our sloppy Joes. So, we're at an important stage of completing the sloppy Joe. And the important stage is that you got to get everything off the wax paper. You leave no coleslaw left behind. Coleslaw is like a child. No coleslaw left behind. Coleslaw and Russian dressing is like a form of Russian collusion. Gotta get it all up. You gotta get it all up. All of it. So, is at this point that I'm getting ready to sign off, because I know you're not here to hear me talk. You're here for the sloppy Joe. So once the sloppy Joe is finished, the video's over. So while this sloppy Joe still has a bite left, I still have your attention. But I don't have anything else to say. So I'm going to let the sloppy Joe do all the talking. So I'm going to get the last bit of Russian dressing and coleslaw. I'm going to take the last bite. Take the last napkins. Clean up. That, my friends, is a Sloppy Joe from Pascarella Brothers Delicatessen, sponsored by sportsinstaller.com.